wondering, we've been talking in section this week about how you convince people once they've chosen the path of violence to renounce it and to find some sort of peaceful solution. So you mentioned gaining the respect of people because you've gone to talk to them, but past that, what sort of arguments did you make to convince people that there was actually a more peaceful way and that way would be better? Especially considering the fact perhaps that violence initially might have proven successful to the IRA in getting worldwide attention, or not.
Can I just say something here, because I think people say, what was the turning point? And the turning point in our situation was reality. Reality. There were two realities. One was on the part of the Republican movement that they were not going to create a united Ireland. Their aspiration could not be fulfilled through violence. That had become very clear. And the second one, if I'm correct, Prime Minister, was the acknowledgement and the reality on the part of the British government that this was not a winnable war.
Yeah, both sides came to the conclusion it couldn't be won militarily. But I think that was incredibly important. But I think, Rachel, the answer to your question is that when you get into dialogue, you can do two things. You can first of all explain that there is another way forward. You know, just the mere fact of dialogue is not enough. You have to explain there is another way forward. But the second thing you can do, and this is really, really important, is you can explain that the other side is maybe not like they think the other side is. You know, what happens in these situations, this is where religion, because it becomes a sort of dominant culture, plays such a major impact, is that people end up feeling and believing that they are, the pain is all on their side. You know, the thing that I find most difficult in the Israeli-Palestinian issue now is you will talk to Israelis who have seen the effects of suicide bombs in Tel Aviv or Jerusalem, or the rockets coming into Ashkelon from Gaza. And they can see that. They find it really hard to see what it's like to be a Palestinian in Gaza when the retaliatory attack happens and an innocent family is killed. And part of the dialogue, what you do when you get into dialogue, is you can sensitize that person to the other person's feeling. And that is because I think what happens in these situations is that people really do believe that the other people have evil intent towards them, rather than are also victims of the conflict. You see what I mean? They're perpetrators and not victims.